Here's my observations of the Lexie B2 powered by Bose. You see on the cover, other than this little section right here where it's powered by Bose, the Bose name isn't called out as much on the packaging, even though you do see the name on the product itself. It looks like the branding is predominantly Lexie powered by Bose. Okay, you have your UDI code down there in the bottom left. They also have a standard regular barcode here for the retailer friendly. It looks like they have both 128 and data matrix options. Also note that the label is very small, 1 inch by 2, 1 by 2. All the information on the UDI label is in 1 by 2 format. I did scan that with my barcode scanner. It does show as a 128 label. Looks like they have this serial or FCC IDs, a serial number right here. Made in China, which part of me thinks this could potentially be a Jinghao product, given the packaging style and even the charging case style, some things like that. You know, and then your lot, your production date, I suppose, is what that is, which is really interesting, given that today is only a month beyond that. And then, you know, looks like some of your serial number, not serial number, UPC codes here. Here's the call outs on the packaging: self-fit, Bluetooth app control, personalized programs, rechargeable, reduces background noise, and remote support, 1-year warranty, 45-day trial included. They have all of the OTC requirement fine print, pretty fine and printed, and you know, just shoved on the bottom there. You open it up. You have a pretty robust instruction manual right here. This thing's like a small book. You have a Let's Get Started card, which is much more user-friendly. You then have a USB-C cord, and then here's the product itself. And now it no longer appears Lexie, it appears purely Bose. I find that kind of interesting. The name Lexie is nowhere, not even on the bottom. Manufactured for Bose Corporation. Doesn't say Lexie anywhere. You open up the charging case. Here are the hearing aids themselves. Again, it's just a Bose hearing aid. Now on the underside, it does say Lexie with the serial number. Notably, the design is very small. It is much, much smaller than, frankly, any of our hearing assist BTE products right now. Side-by-side comparison makes this very obvious, the size difference. I'm going to pull out. That's ours, and this is the Bose product. In fact, the real life is more noticeable than what I'm showing you here on camera. But there is a big difference between the sizes on the two. It's quite a bit smaller. Here, I'll do it this way so it's a little more accurate. Three centimeters, more or less, top to bottom. You know, probably 0.6 of a centimeter wide, centimeter thick, versus almost same overall length. You know, wider, significantly thicker. We're at like well beyond a centimeter here. So I think maybe it just shows you the size difference is pretty significant. So right now I'm actually wearing both. In my right ear, this is the Bose product. I don't know how well you can see that, how it sits up. It does sit up pretty high. The receiver wire seems relatively short, but it fits okay, and it goes in the canal pretty easily. And then here is the hearing assist product. I think you can see the tube is more noticeable on the hearing assist product. It sticks out more into the ear, whereas the Bose one really does through here tuck in really tight. And it's just the natural shape of the tube. It's kind of a stiffer tube. And then here's the hearing assist product comparatively. So again, looking at the size differences, I mean, look at the difference in the tube size. The tube length there's a lot more, it seems. The receiver's bigger. The receiver's quite a bit bigger on the Jinghao produced hearing assist product. Look at that hard angle that the Bose tube takes. I think that hard angle right down here on this stiffer wire setup, like this is not very flexible, it's pretty stiff. And that hard angle really helps to tuck it into your ear better. This is much looser and longer and more flexible. So I think what happens is you end up with more tube hanging out. If I pull it out, ours is it's about 5 centimeters to the beginning of the receiver, but again, the receiver is massive. And this one is, okay, well, the tube length is half a centimeter shorter, but there's a huge difference in the receiver size. The receiver size difference is tremendous. And I will flip the ear caps back to try and showcase that a bit more. The result also is a much smaller ear cap versus our product. Okay, then you also get this box. It's the only other thing in the package. You got your cleaning tool right there with your brush and your little wire cleaning tool. I don't think there's nothing magnetic. There doesn't need to be because there's a rechargeable battery. Looks like a little ear sizing chart. Then you got 3 different sets of tubes. Okay, looks like you've got your size 1s. You've got 2 open dome, 2 closed dome. Your size 3, your biggest ones, 2 open dome, 2 closed dome, and that's the closest size to the standard that comes on our product. And the size 2, this right here, there's only 2 closed dome in here. That's because the open dome are what come on the product itself. Now let's talk about the app. So I downloaded the Lexie Hearing app, which was, quite simple, right in the Apple Store. I went through the standard setup process: enter, register, create your password, verify through 2-factor authentication. Did all those things. It was very simple. There's some OTC software labeling that they put in there. And then you select the product that you have: Lexie Hearing Aids by Bose, Lexie B2 powered by Bose. You then do a standard Bluetooth connection process with your phone. You have to hold down on the down volume button to turn the hearing aids on. And then they connect, and then you go through this get to know process. It's kind of an orientation that honestly I found to be quite nice and quite comforting. They talk you through putting on your hearing aids, looking in a mirror, wearing glasses, what it's like when you're wearing glasses and putting your hearing aids on. It identifies the left and right. It does this great little pictorial showing how to put them behind your ear, and then what to do if you're wearing glasses, tucking the dome, the inner portion into your ear, and making sure they're fitting correctly. And then you shake your head to check fit. I thought all of this was really an excellent opening tutorial. So then you go through your everyday use and care. It walks you through this, charging after every use to preserve your battery life and what you have to do to charge the product. Again, more on charging, just plugging it in. And then, cleaning it. And it tells you daily, remove the debris from the ear tips. Every 3 months, replace the domes. Yearly, replace the wires. It asks you again if these are your first hearing aids. I selected no, so I just kind of continued. But it goes through some of the controls, where you go into a noisy place, turn on the TV, and it helps you kind of adjust what you want to hear compared to the background noise. The world volume turns up all the noise around you, and then treble and bass is adjusting those features so you could kind of hear what you want to hear. I liked the world volume portion. The treble and bass I found lackluster compared to, all the adjustments we have within our app. This seems extremely rudimentary in comparison. But the world volume feature is nice, and obviously that's just how much of all the sounds around you want to capture. The directionality actually worked great. It was very noticeable to just change between these two positions everywhere and front focused. And, just I had the radio on in my room, and it was really interesting to see the difference between the two settings. It seems to work very well. And then after that, you says you're all done to use your hearing aid. Seems pretty simple. Go to your home screen, and you have your balance, left-right balance, down at the bottom. Your front, front means your directionality. And then you've got your environments with your 4 different settings, similar to ours, that's adjusting your background noise levels. And I played with this a little bit. I don't think I was in different environments enough to really notice a huge difference within them, but that's kind of similar to ours. Notably, reviewing the manual, it actually says that although connecting your phone lets you control the hearing aids using the app, it doesn't let you wirelessly stream music or phone calls from your phone. I didn't realize this. I had assumed the Lexie B2 powered by Bose would have been a full streaming hearing aid product, but apparently it is not. Another thing I've noticed about the Bose charging case is that it doesn't seem to have its own internal battery. These are the charging indicator LED lights. They do not light up when the product is in the case. So it seems it only charges when plugged in. As for the hearing aid quality itself, I'm actually wearing both the Bose hearing aids right now. Just anecdotally from, I can tell you that they are pretty comfortable to wear. I do feel the ear cap in my kind of inner ear, but I think that would be probably pretty standard. I've had no feedback. That's kind of impressive. I haven't really turned it up that loud, but I've had no feedback. Very clear amplification. Very light hint of white noise. There is a little bit, but very little. The app was really kind of rudimentary. It was easy to use, but I think the Hearing Assist app has a lot more features than the Bose app does. You just adjust your bass and treble, which is really, I think you call them and then they do a remote fitting for the more enhanced stuff. But I think, you do have the background noise selections too, and you do have directionality. The directionality actually was very noticeable. It was pretty neat to play with. I could tell what microphones were turned on. The background noise was it was also noticeable, but maybe less so than the directionality, changing to the different functions. I would just say all in all, it seems like a really good product. I think a lot of people are probably going to like them quite a bit. I think, they're probably more comfortable to wear, and I would need to test side by side with a stream on the sound quality, but I think the Bose is probably better on the sound quality, would be my guess. Just from what I'm experiencing right now, seems very, very good. All that said, we have a good feature set, we got a very competitive price, but I think, future iterations of our product we can push to be a smaller profile, better fitting tubes that are maybe more better contoured so they don't stick out so much. And the really clean, low noise, no feedback sound quality. Smaller receivers would be nice, so you can fit a smaller ear cap on it. Those are the things I think that I look to this product and say that we could gain to benefit learning from them a little bit. And finally, from a software perspective, I think we could definitely benefit from having an orientation built within our app the way they do, with all the nice imagery and the drawings. I think that's a really nice feature and could probably go a long way to people becoming comfortable with our products up front. Thankfully, that's something that could be done probably with Brains on Fire and then incorporated into the app and just uploaded as an app update. That doesn't have to be a big hardware change. So that should be something on our list of to-do things to do.